What's up? It's Jen. Welcome back to my channel. We're doing something a little bit different today. You are at a very interesting angle from the top of my computer desk. I'm going to be doing my first ever tier list. I've kind of always wanted to do these but never knew like what to do it for. And recently I saw Brooke from 1/3 Crochet do a tier list of yarn that she has tried, and she's been crocheting and knitting for pretty many years, a few I think. I've been crocheting for longer than some of you perhaps have been alive, so I thought this would be really fun to try and rate all the yarn that I could remember that I've tried. Obviously these are not gonna be everything. I honestly went store by store of all the major craft stores, all the stores I could think of, just looking at all the yarn, seeing what I've tried, seeing what I have, just random things I remember. I've got just under 75, I think, so, and I can yap, so I'm gonna get going and we're gonna try to keep this relatively speedy. Alright, so my tier list is pretty standard. I wasn't gonna try to do anything super fancy with this. I am a teacher, so I had to go A, B, C, D, F and throw the F in there. I did keep the S because what is a tier list without an S tier? So all of the photos, we're not going to do them in any particular order. I'm just going to grab them. Like I said, I'm going to try to not dwell too much on one thing. So for starters, loops and threads, I think this is just the regular. Pretty good. Michael's yarn is a little bit more new to me because I got like really into crocheting with different types of yarn back when we lived in Texas, kind of right before 2020. So I didn't use a lot of Michael's yarn until afterwards, and then when we moved here to Tennessee, our town didn't have a Michael's until maybe a year ago, so I'm kind of rediscovering a lot of Michael's yarn. It's pretty good. It's a good value. I like using it. It comes in a ton of colors. We're gonna go A. Pound of Love, I'm actually using this right now. I'm gonna go B. I like that it's an option for getting yarn in bulk, but it's really hit or miss about whether or not it's soft. I know most yarn softens up when you wash it, but I want it to be soft the first time, especially if I'm getting Pound of Love, I'm probably making a blanket or a big sweater or something, so I want it to be soft right off the bat. Karen Blossom Cakes, I tried this for a little bit. The color didn't work out, so I ended up returning it, but I did really like working with it. I'm probably gonna go B. All of the Karen cakes I feel like look like they come with a lot of yarn, but they really don't. Wool Ease, I've only worked with this stuff once, making a hat. It was pretty bulky, it was kind of rough on my hands. I'm not a huge fan of wool, but we're gonna go C for now. I might move it later. Alright, now the Karen Cloud Cake, I feel like is the exception to the rule of the Karen cakes. I just used up most of the cake of this for a scarf, and this, while quite thin, this like went really far. I really love how soft they are. That's going for an A. Macchiato cakes, it's at least a B. I gotta go C. This, I used macchiato cakes to make my first ever grainy hexagon cardigan. I was like, what is the name? They're everywhere right now. This took like 4 or 5 of these cakes. Like, this yarn is bulky and does not go very far. I like the colors. This is going to become a pattern. That's sort of bulky yarn that isn't, I don't know what the word for that is, but it's like almost like hand spun yarn where it's not like equally spun. Like some parts are thicker. I know there's a word for that, I just don't know it, but that kind of yarn is not my favorite. Heartland, their stuff is a decent value. I like the colors a lot, but I don't know, something about it, it's not my favorite to work with. That's like a backup choice if I really need that color or something. This is the Loops and Threads Skinny Chenille. I'm gonna go see if you've seen my most recent video or heard me talk about it before. I can't stand chenille yarn. It's like a sensory thing for me. Skinny chenille I can tolerate. So we'll put that there. Karen Simply Soft, I know this is not a hot take, straight to F. That stuff sucks, and we're moving on. No, I do not grade my students like that. 24/7 Cotton, the Lion brand. This stuff I really like. I've used this for quite a few different things. I'm very picky about my cottons. Whew, is this S maybe even? I think it might be. I would say, like, if I'm gonna make something out of cotton that isn't, I don't even know, this stuff might come in patterns, but I honestly think I would go for that first. Karen 1 pound. I feel like I usually have better luck with it than Pound of Love, but it's kind of the same. I think it's gonna go B as well. Feels like Bliss. I think it's gonna go C. I just did a review of this also in my most recent video where I tried out like alternatives to chenille yarn for plushies. I really like the look of it, but it's so slippery, it's hard to work with, and if you pull on it, like after you've cut it, the yarn just unravels, so you have to be very, very careful. And it's not like velvet where you can just like hit it with a lighter really quick and the fuzzies quit coming off. I haven't tried that with chenille yet. I'll have to see if that works for chenille too. That doesn't do anything. You have to like tie the knot off, or the end off every time. Faux fur. I'm gonna go with D on this one. This is gonna be one that you need a very specific project, and it can't be very complicated because you cannot see what you're doing. And for most projects, I'm one of those people that like, I've been crocheting long enough that it's like muscle memory and I don't have to look at it, but I can't even go by feel for that, and I can't go back and count stitches. Like, it's really all just a lot of guesswork. I didn't actually say this earlier when I said I've been crocheting longer than perhaps some of you have been alive. I've been crocheting for about not quite 25 years yet, so I wasn't kidding. So I've tried a lot of yarn. I do have quite a lot of experience with different types of yarn. Sorry, my chair's kind of squeaky. All right, trying to speed through. Okay, Bernat Fluffy. I really like this. I think we're gonna go A because I do really like to work with it. I like the softness. I like what it looks like when it's done. It does shed quite a bit, and if you try to take your leftovers and make it into a cake, it will like leave a coating of stuff. Maybe we're gonna bump it down to B for that. That's really annoying. Feels like a dream. I love. It makes me nervous because I've been checking about every 4 or 5 days since I started using this stuff and loved it on Michael's website, and like 2/3 of the colors are out of stock still, and I'm just like, oh no, is this being discontinued or is everyone buying it up? But when I can, I want to get more of this yarn because I really liked it. The texture, I can tell, is probably not for everybody. It is a little challenging to work up at first, but you can go back, especially on the inside, and count your stitches and kind of see where you are in it. If you have to, okay, I'm being weird about it. I don't like the term frog. It's silly, but it's just easier to say. But it frogs really well too. Karen Jumbo is kind of the same as Karen 1 pound. It's just there's less of it. This is this Lion brand? This is a hometown yarn. I do not like this yarn. It's like the macchiato cakes, but worse. Loops and threads. I can't see, these pictures are too tiny. This is their like bulky twist yarn. This is kind of the same. We're gonna go see though. It's okay. This stuff I really love. I actually just bought myself a skein of this. I've been eyeing it forever. The carousel twist. It's just a very basic acrylic, but I think it's so cute and I love all the colors. So it's going in A. This is like the regular loops and threads, but print. Oh, I forget the name of this. It's like it's a bunch of them that are called twist something. Is it the bulky twist? I think this one's gonna go B. I like to work with it, except if you get to a chunk where it's like unwound itself a little bit, then it splits. Like, it doesn't split unless you happen to get to a weird spot. The Lion brand DIY Glow. This stuff I'm gonna go A. I really like this stuff. It works. It's a nice cotton yarn. It glows in the dark. It's pretty cool. I have a love-hate relationship with I love this cotton. I think I'm gonna throw it in C. That might be kind of controversial. It's very soft, and that's awesome. And for a while I was making a ton of stuff with it, and it comes in a bunch of colors. But if you want to wash anything in a machine, little fuzzies come off and get all over everything. And I am not kidding when I say that a pair of shorts that I made a few years ago, I still, when I wash my crochet stuff, I tend to wash it, a lot of it together. I'll like put it in separate sweater bags or whatever. I still have items that I have been picking the bright blue I love this cotton yarn off of from the shorts I made a couple years ago. So that for me is like a big and I feel like it gets, the soft texture gets a little weird sometimes when you're working with it. Just the regular, I love this yarn. I hate to say it because we do not support the politics of Hobby Lobby here. My phone's going off, sorry if you can hear that, but this is the softest, best value yarn that I have found that comes in a bunch of colors. So take it or leave it. I will use yarn from anywhere. I especially love making things that go against their values with their yarn. I've got to put it in A. I'm sorry if that is disappointing for you. Is this the chunky? Oh, this is the sport weight. This is a B. It's still really soft. It's kind of, it's like this brand's version of a DK weight yarn. It's just, it's not as good. It's fine though. Same with the chunky. It's better than other chunky yarns that I've tried. Their Baby Bee Sweet Delight is literally the exact same. Both of these are Hobby Lobby brands. I don't know why they insist on having a bunch of different brands, but it's the same yarn. It's fine. I think that's the print version. I probably didn't need to include all of those, but those are all pretty much the same yarns. Their Soft and Sleek yarn I do really like. The Crafter's Secret yarn I like. It's a really good, the Big Idea is a really good basic acrylic. It's like their version of the Karen 1 pound or the Pound of Love, but I like it better. It doesn't come in as many colors, but I do like the yarn better. Okay, so their Yarn Bee Velvety Soft. Let's start with the regular. We're gonna put that in B because I love a velvet yarn. This stuff is almost chenille. Like, sometimes it's fine, sometimes it's a little too close to chenille. The sparkle we are gonna put down in D because the sparkles shed like nobody's business. I try to avoid using their sparkly yarn at any cost. The first time I ever used it, I made the mistake of sitting on my couch with a crocheted blanket over my lap and then spent a really long time picking all the little sparkles out of it. Their Aran weight velvet I love. It's a nice like mid-weight velvet that's not super thick. It's much more velvety than the thick stuff. There is a difference between velvet and chenille. The Crafter's Secret cotton, I really like this stuff. That's probably my other favorite one to use for on the rare occasion that I make plushies out of cotton, or like tops or something that's going to be small, because it comes in these like really small little, I guess technically they're still skeins, but the 24/7 cotton I use for a little bit bigger projects. The Yarn Bee Bambootiful, well, I think that is the dumbest name ever. Love this stuff. This is my favorite bamboo yarn that I've ever used. I want it in this color too. These colors, they were literally just the first color that came up when I was getting these pictures. Some of them I've used them in these colors, some of them I have not. I'm waiting until I have a project to do in this purple color because I think it's so pretty. The Yarn ID, it's fine. It's probably this, I think it's the same as the I Love This yarn. It's just their like neutrals line. This one I can't read, but it is another one of their bulky ones. This one I think is a little bit more, I'm gonna have to look up that word before I edit this video because that's going to annoy me, but it's very similar to this Loops and Threadwoods one that I didn't like that much. Their Baby Bee Stork Struck. This stuff is fine. It's a nice acrylic. It comes in some fun colors. This is their version of the Skinny Chenille. I love the colors. Where did I put the other Skinny Chenille? It's in C. Yeah, it's still, some days it's better than others. Their Yarn Bee DK. This is the Soft and Sleek DK. I really like this stuff. It feels a little thinner than a DK. It's probably more of like a sport or like bordering on a fine weight. It only comes in like 4 colors, but I really like the stuff I've made with it. I have future projects planned. It is very, very slightly variegated. Not quite ombre, but like there is a subtle variation to it. It washes really well. I love that stuff. Okay, now we've got a slew of our beloved Big Twists. Is this just Value? Yeah, Big Twist Value. I definitely slept on Big Twist way too long. I sort of like, it's very similar to me as Pound of Love, where sometimes it's really soft and sometimes it's not, but the odds are higher, so it's gonna go in A. Big Twist Living, same. I think this is Big Twist Party. A lot of this yarn is the same, it's just like different lines. This one, oh, it's such a bummer. This one, forget the name. I love the colors of this. Is this, let me look at all my, the Lollipop Twisty. Yeah, I would not have remembered that. This stuff, it took me forever to decide what color I wanted. I bought it when I went to the closing sale. It's so pretty, but it's so painful to work with. It hurts to put it in D. But like even just making one plushie with it, I had to take multiple breaks, and I was using up the rest of it on something the other day, and it was so brutal. I think I have to do it. Okay. The Big Twist Cotton, I really like this. This was like the one that came in the little bitty skeins. I have multiple skeins of, well, I don't anymore, I've used them up, but they were on clearance one time and I bought many of them, and I kind of wish I had bought more. The Big Twist Vortex, love. I think the colors are so pretty. Lily Sugar and Cream. it has its uses. We'll leave it at that. That one's so popular, everyone has their own opinion. Bernat Lattice, straight to S. I'm so upset that they discontinued all the like non-black colors. I got really obsessed with this maybe like 2 summers ago when it was new, and I bought almost all the colors. It was like a great price, came with a really good amount of yarn. I have many tops and some pairs of shorts that I wear all the time that I made with this stuff. On the Bernat website, they do still sell, they came out with a bunch of black colors that have like different colors woven in. Still very pretty, but the beige and the blue and the purple and the green, the only one I didn't really like was the pink. It was too like fleshy colored for me, but I love that stuff. I think Hobby Lobby has a line with very selective colors that are the same type of like woven yarn, but I haven't tried it out yet. But the Bernat Lattice is one of my favorite types of yarn. The Lion Brand Mandala Ombre. Are we gonna put this stuff in S? Yes, we are. I was trying to decide if I was gonna, if it had to wash well to go for S, but I doubt that Feels Like a Dream would. This stuff is so soft. I have not tried just the regular mandala yarn, I don't think, but I'm pretty sure when I felt it, it felt the same. I actually like this absurdly neon rainbow one. I might have to try that one out, but you can buy it at Walmart. It's very easily accessible. Love the colors. It is so soft. Red Heart Super Saver. I haven't used this stuff in years. It's gonna go in C. It's great for craft projects. Like if I don't want to spend very much money on yarn, on something that like no one's wearing, it's great for that. Peaches and Cream, I actually like a little better than Lily Sugar and Cream. It's a little bit thinner. I think we're still gonna throw it in B though. Alright, so this is Hobie's Bohème Velvet yarn. I think this might be one of my favorite velvet yarns. We're gonna put it in A because even the one that's like bulky is still pretty thin, and it does the fuzzies pull off pretty bad. You gotta either be really careful or do the lighter trick. Comes in a bunch of colors though. Great size. Like the skeins are fairly small, but like I don't make like tons of plushies, so it's kind of nice for me to not have to store like tons of different skeins of it. This is like the Friends wheel. So tiny. No, the Twister something or another. These are newer to me, so I don't remember all the names. This stuff was really fine and really hard to work with. I think it split pretty bad too. I think I'm gonna go F on that one. Their Metallico yarn. It's so beautiful. It's got metallic colors mixed in. If you have to frog it, good luck. And they do have like a thicker weight, which is a little better, but the fine weight is like, it's beautiful and terrible at the same time. That's all I can say. Their Friends cotton brand, all the numbers that I've tried, fantastic. That's probably up there with the Lion 24/7. Love both of those. Their mocktail yarns are pretty. I'm not a huge fan of the fuzziness, and I also didn't realize at first that they're glittery, but like very sparsely. So it feels kind of random, and it's really easy to pick the glitter out. Their Friends cotton linen, We're gonna go C on this one. It's pretty. It's very, very fine weight though, and I don't really have a use for that yet, but it's cool. Their rainbow lace weight. It's sturdy. We'll say that. I notoriously bought this hoping that it could replace mohair for a dress pattern. That did not work out, and I bought 8 spools of it, and I've been triple stranding it and caking it up, and I've used it for many utility projects and still have like 3 of the spools of this left. It would have cost more to return it than it did to purchase it because I bought it on sale. So we're gonna put that in D, and if you notice a whole lot of pink and purple and navy blue utilitarian projects, aka, I don't think I've showed this in a video yet, but I made a cargo net that I hung from the ceiling in our art room to store some yarn. So now when I'm sitting at my desk, I can just do this and look up at all my yarn. Okay, we're getting down. We're doing good. All right, they're Rowan, like soft yak yarn. I mostly just wanted to try this to say that I had tried like yak's wool yarn. It's fine. It comes in really small donuts. That's the only thing about Hobby is a lot of their stuff. Oh, I said it wrong. Hobie. A lot of their stuff comes in really small donuts. All right, Premier. I love Premier puzzle yarn. It's so soft. The like actual, like the puzzle, what's the opposite of solid? Patterns. Art teacher. I'm on summer break. They're so pretty. Like, I have made multiple projects with these. I wish I could think of more things to make with more. This purple color I love. They're all named, all the colors are named after like childhood games that you play. And sometimes some of the colors are on sale for pretty cheap at Walmart. I love them. I wish they came in worsted weight and not just bulky, but I love those so much. Premier Candy Shop Cotton. This would be really good for like baskets and stuff. I like the colors. It's very stiff, and it does have like, there's little white flecks in it that fall apart really easily. Does it deserve to go down in D? I don't think so. I think C is okay. Premier Basics. It's kind of the same as every like basic acrylic yarn. Nice, does come in a lot of colors. They do have a lot of sales. I actually really have been liking shopping on Premier. Their Basics Mosaic only comes in a couple colors. It's very pretty, fun to work with. Their DK, love that stuff. They have a ton of colors for their DK. It's like the perfect weight. Like sometimes DK is too thin, sometimes it's too thick. That stuff is very Goldilocks, just right. Hipster Cotton very much reminds me of the I Love This Cotton. Soft, but a little bit too like hairy fuzzy. Probably would not wash well. I have not tried to wash it, but it's going in C. Their Everyday DK, the anti-pilling, it's pretty much the same, but works really well. Their ribbon yarn is kind of the same as some of these other ones. I think I might stick it in D. It needs a very specific purpose. I kind of bought it as a novelty to try it out. Even with really big crochet hooks, it looked weird because it's like angular, it's flat like a ribbon, and so it folds weird. It just, I don't know, I couldn't really make it work for me, and it was kind of expensive, so it's going at D. The Premier Momenti yarn, they don't sell this on their website anymore, but you can like buy it on Amazon and stuff. I think I might have bought it off their website, but I had to buy it in a pack of 3, and this was like months and months ago. I really liked it though. I'm gonna put it in A. All right, so you might notice that a couple of these say chenille on them. If you saw my last video, when shopping for velvet yarn on Amazon, which I don't always recommend, we try to avoid Amazon when we can, but they often will say velvet and chenille in the title together, or yarn that is velvet, because when you're an expert like me, you can tell the difference, at least most of the time for me. You can tell the difference just by looking at the yarn, if it's velvet or chenille. So a couple of these, I bought them because I was like, I'm pretty sure that's velvet. So I tried them out and I was right. So both of these, this one especially, this Joy Tag brand, comes in a bunch of colors. You can buy it in multi-packs or individuals. Love it. It doesn't shed terribly. It's a really good amount in the skein. It's on, I think it's like $7 this skein, but it's on sale a lot. Really like that stuff. This stuff is new. What is this one called? Jubilee chenille. It's velvet. This stuff has been really great too. It's the same price. It actually, I think, comes more per skein. It's thicker too, so it might be the same yardage, but both of those I've really been loving. I'm gonna skip that one and come back to this. This is another Amazon brand. It's called like Indun or something. This one actually says velvet. It has been pretty good too. Not quite as much as the others, but we're gonna go A for that one. All right, this, you can't see the tag, it cut it off, but this is Arcane Fiberworks. This stuff is so cool, so beautiful. The only reason, you know what, no, I only have one skein of this that I'm sort of like savoring. It is pricier, but that's because it's hand dyed and it's really high quality. You can get all different types of yarn. It's not just wool. The colors are spectacular, so I'm putting it in S, even though it is at a higher price point than I usually like to spend. So this is like special occasion yarn for me. Same goes with this one. It's from a brand called West Yorkshire Spinners. I bought some of this stuff when I was in Ireland last year. It is a very lovely wool. I'm very sensitive to wool. This stuff is like, I wouldn't even call it itchy. Like, I can tell it's wool when I like rub it against my skin, but it's not really itchy. I bought a couple of hand-dyed skeins from there too, but I think they were locally done, so I don't have like a brand or a photo of that to put in. So like I said, this does not include every single yarn I've ever tried. Last but not least, I have this discontinued Lion brand cotton Fetty yarn that I got from a secondhand craft shop online, like a crafting thrift store. This stuff, I really wish that it still was going strong, because I actually really liked working with it, and I'm also hoarding the rest of that to make sure I use it for something for me, because I love it so much. Alright, so this is my tier list. 32 minutes, not too bad considering how much I can talk, especially about yarn and crochet. This is all 73 kinds of yarn that I could find that I've tried out. Let me know what your thoughts are, if you agree, disagree with some of this stuff. I know that a lot of people love chenille and use it to make plushies, so I'm sorry that I'm such a chenille hater. It's nothing personal. It's a sensory thing. But yeah, this was definitely different for me, but it was really fun. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know if you did. If you like this video and you want to see more from me talking about crochet stuff, making crochet stuff, feel free to subscribe. I post videos at least twice a month. Thanks so much for watching this one. See you next time.